I just got home from teaching a third grade class, and I had 2 students who could not read.
Kids just aren't impressed anymore. Like, they're always in a state of boredom.
These kids can't read. They can't decode. They have no vocabulary, no background knowledge. I've never seen anything like it.
This is my folder of crying teachers, and they are confused and frightened by the behavior of Gen Alpha. They're saying Gen Alpha is defiant, aggressive, disrespectful, and rude.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates.
Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are...
I need to ask millennials, why are your kids so awful? And more importantly, why do you think it's so funny?
Gen Alpha is the worst generation. They're raised by iPads and TVs. Their parents are the younger Gen X and all of the millennials. They're the reason that teachers are wanting to quit.
To promise that we are not going to raise iPad children, please.
These iPad kids getting out of control.
Meet the iPad kid, a young generation growing up surrounded by technology, being raised by digital devices like iPads. Some people have positive opinions on giving children technology at a young age, while others have negative views on how it can impact their development. Let's see what an expert has to say about this. This is Laura Frizzell. She is an occupational therapy provider, a mother of 4, and she has worked with preschoolers and children for over 25 years.
I think as far as a young age goes, I don't think that children should just use it to be like entertained. Like when a child is like school age, to use it as a learning tool. That's how I would tend to use it. I definitely don't think like just giving a child a device when they're little on their own is a good idea.
How do tablets affect children's emotional relationship building skills and social skills?
I definitely think, and I saw this as a preschool teacher, where parents were giving children like a device to kind of babysit them or take care of them, or like meet some kind of need for connection versus actually spending time with them. I think that it does really hinder that, because like we evolved to be socially connected, and when we don't have human connection, we're missing out. And it actually like hurts brain development.
How is it affecting their performance in school?
So I saw as a preschool teacher children who didn't have fine motor skills because they're just like interacting with the device instead of like manipulating toys and developing hand strength, because like if you just have this in your hand and you're going like this, your hands are not developing. There are a lot of small muscles. And so that alone really hinders kids like being able to hold a pencil. I think also like thinking creatively, speaking, there's a lot.
What do you think the right amount of screen time is for young kids?
I would say, like half an hour.
What would be some better alternatives?
Just free play and having like craft materials out for art projects and toys and going outdoors. And then also like helping out in the kitchen, playing with siblings, reading books with a parent.
And lastly, what would your message be to parents who constantly hand their children iPads?
I would say like emotional regulation. So like when a child is starting to fuss, it's because they want something or need something, and it becomes a learned response. And like tablets and phones are like very, very addictive for little kids especially, and so they'll quickly learn to fuss so that they get the thing. Parents need to learn how to like tolerate a little bit of discomfort and fussiness from their child, and maybe like instead of giving them a device, try to connect with them, like pick them up, hug them, talk to them, that kind of thing. A device is not a substitute for a human being.
Mm-hmm.